We are here to talk about how to unlock the opportunities that are in your database, right? By helping people, by being a more proactive problem solver, by committing to just figuring it out, FIO. And we've got a very special guest who's going to take that sort of nebulous idea and make it very tangible and tactical. And I have an incredible, like the timing, the serendipity of the email that I got literally within the last half hour will give us a very tangible example of how we might apply what Jesse's going in real life, IRL, right? So not like theoretical, this is how you might do some of this stuff. I've got at least one real world example, and we would love if you in the Zoom room have examples as well. If you are watching the live stream on Facebook and you want to hop into the Zoom room, the link to the Zoom should be in the description with the live stream. And you can pop on over. We do these live streams every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, unless extenuating circumstances. There are a few in the third or the fourth quarter of the year that we'll miss the day before Thanksgiving, I think. And then also it's Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve fall on a Wednesday. But generally speaking, every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern, we do these mastermind sessions. And sometimes we have special guests. Sometimes it's me just sharing what I'm doing, what's working, etc. But you are always welcome, and you are certainly encouraged to invite others to join us. The more, the merrier. The more people we have in here, the more we can mastermind and share what's working, etc. I'm going to intro Jesse in a minute, but I'm going to take care of a couple other housekeeping items. Something that I've been doing on my live stream every morning. I've just been live streaming me doing the business. This morning I called, 12 or 15 other agents. 2 of them answered their phone. Let's answer your phone, people. I was calling because I wanted to try and bring a buyer to their listing. The one guy did call back. Anyway, I was calling agents. I was doing some follow-up and just sharing how I'm filling my pipeline. I have 10 or 11 deals in escrow right now. I have a settlement this afternoon. I have 2 for next week, 2 the next week, etc. So it's not just me talking about it. I'm trying to be about it, right? So I'm sharing that stuff. And something that I started doing last week and I'm going to do right now here as well to get everybody locked in and engaged. I want you in the chat. I want you in the chat to share one win from the last 24 hours and one thing you're going to do today to grow your business. Now, that thing might change by the end of our time today because Jesse may give you some ideas of what action you might take that maybe is a little bit different than what you had planned. But one win, something, and it could be business, but it could be personal. There's no judgment here. There's no right or wrong answers. And then one action you're going to take. I mean, regardless of the result, disconnect from the result, right? I'm going to reach out to 5 people in my database with whatever Jesse tells me to do in the next 50 minutes to see if I can help some more people, right? Whatever it is, okay? Whatever that is, please share. And the more we get that, the more engagement, the better. And I see some great stuff already. Aaron, 8 appointments for 10 FISBOs. Aaron, we need to chat. There is an update, an upgrade that has happened with iList that I think is going to drastically help you with the conversion of the for sale by owners. And if not, next week we have Jay Kinder, so it won't be next week, but the following week on the mastermind, we will do a deep dive on that. But those of you that want to shortcut to that, just reach out to me and let's connect. That was the other housekeeping item. I didn't mean to shortchange it. Jay Kinder will be joining us for next week's mastermind. He was on late spring and it was time to have him back on. So we're going to be talking about some cool stuff there and what he's doing to add value to agents' lives and help them grow and scale, etc. Jesse's been part of our EXP organization for quite a while now. I don't even know how many years. It's at least 2 years. James introduced Jesse to me and to EXP. And Jesse has been in the industry for quite a while. Despite the baby face, he's been around a while doing it. And he has what I would say like a variety of experience, meaning he's been on the mortgage side. He's done a ton of business on the mortgage side. He is an active real estate investor and he's licensed real estate agent, right? What he's going to unpack for us today is how to do more deals from people that are being told by others that they can't be helped right now. Sorry, we can't help this, that, for whatever reason or another. And so the opportunity is to unlock business that's already hiding in your database. But once you unlock that and you turn on the reticular activating system to what Jesse will be sharing, you're going to find it all over the place. And you'll proactively, it's once you see something, you can't unsee it. So this is like a lame explanation or example, but I'm going to share it. My oldest son, Caden, his car, I passed down my white Ford Explorer to him. And after 2 years of driving it to high school every day, it looked like it had been through a demolition derby. And it also was just at a point, like mileage wise, it was time to do something else. My brother owns multiple businesses, one of which is an auto shop. And he just so happened to get a Highlander, a Toyota Highlander, that he fixed up and said, hey, we'll just trade. I'll fix up the Explorer. And this thing has way less mileage. It'll be perfect for Caden to play bumper cars with at University of Louisville when the time is right. I now see, and it's an older Highlander. I see the same silver Highlander all the time now. All the time. It's like a 2009. It's not even a new one. And I see them literally every day. I see them all over the place. I'm like, there's another one. There's another one. I didn't see them until we had one. Once you have one of these, once you see what Jesse's about to share, you'll start seeing them everywhere. It's like, oh yeah, we could do that there. We could help this person. We could do this. I'm excited. What inspired this is Jesse shared a presentation he did for another EXP team. And I thought, geez, let's bring them on here. Let's open our eyes to these opportunities. And the timing could not be better because let's face it, the fourth quarter for a lot of us, it can get a little slow on the traditional real estate side. But if you're proactively playing the role of deal creator, you can stay busy and keep your pipeline full. And selfishly, I'm looking for that for myself as well, right? I got these kids that keep eating, and now I got college tuition. He's got it almost paid for in full, but we're paying a little bit. And all right, that was a long enough intro, Jesse, I hope, and I think, and you can certainly expand, but just know that this is from someone who's doing it. Okay, this is not theory or fluff or whatever. Like what he's going to share, he's doing, and he's helping others do as well.
Josh, I think I've got 2 more pages of my bio you missed. If you want to just find those notes, keep going. But
Drop it for us.
That was fantastic. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. So appreciate the opportunity, guys, to be here. Thank you. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to come right out of the gates here. Okay. Number one, I like you guys a lot because you're here. You are choosing to show up, to learn, to earn, right? And one of the things that's been most pivotal in my career the last 5 to 8 years has been just getting in front of as many people who are doing things that I want to do at a higher level, at a better level, learning. And as cheesy as it sounds, your network is your net worth, right? And who you know that can help solve a problem, can connect you with somebody, can literally make the difference of a deal or no deal. It can make the difference of tens of thousands of dollars. And I know me going to one mastermind event or training presentation or popping on a Zoom, even if you don't see it like immediately, if you don't see it in 30 days or a week, 6 months later, like, oh yeah, wait a minute, I can do that, or with that guy or that gal. And then bam, you're doing a deal and you're making money from something that you heard. So honestly, great job being here if you're here right now, and great job if you're watching this later on. But my goal for you is by the time you kick me off of this virtual stage, that you have hopefully a deal you are working on, at least one deal. I want to put like $10,000 or more into your pocket by the end of this hour. Is everybody okay with that? Is that okay if I try to put some money in your bank account by the time I'm done talking?
Let's do it.
That's my goal. That's my goal. Okay. So as Josh said, and again, this is one of the reasons that we get along so great too, is right. He's got such an amazing career in this business and as an investor and creative thinking and a problem solver, right? And that's how James Brown and I connected. And hey, how do we just help more people? And how do we just get outside the box, right? Because everything's in a freaking box. And what if we can just help more people get what they want, right? We can get paid, which is great. We're in a business, guys, that we literally get to make more money the more we help, which is pretty cool, right? My wife's a nurse, for God's sake. She's saving people's lives. She doesn't make any more money the more people she saves, right? We're in real estate. We get to work from sweatpants, right? And rock a hat and go help people. So the more people we can help, the more options we have, the more problems we can solve. Because let's be honest, if you're just getting somebody a house, right? I don't want to make you feel bad, but a lot of agents can do that, guys. A lot of agents can do that. Any agent could take a pre-approved buyer and cart them around and show them 20 houses over the weekend. That makes you a commodity. Okay. And when AI comes around the way it is, already crushing people in industries, and when other people come along that have better branding and marketing, you don't want to be a commodity. Okay. So I want you guys to
Jesse, I'm gonna mention something that's very timely right now.
Please.
The whole ChatGPT Zillow thing. If you missed that, right? Just another reason why, like, typical search, and if your business is reliant upon Zillow buyers alone and you're not doing anything to add value to the transaction, you're going to be irrelevant very soon. But when you can do the things like what Jesse's going to outline for us, you're providing real value, real service over and above someone that, as Jesse mentioned, could take a pre-approved buyer, show them 3 houses, and write an offer. Like anybody with a license and any sort of experience or help can do that, but it takes a special type of understanding and mindset, et cetera, to apply. You don't have to be special, but you have to just change your thinking and be open to creative solutions and being a better problem solver. So when you said that, it just made me think of that whole ChatGPT Zillow deal.
Totally. Yeah, 100%. And I'm glad that you pointed that out. And by the way, what time do I have? I want to be respectful of everyone.
We typically try to keep these to an hour. I have a hard out at 75 minutes. So
Okay.
12:15 got a hard out.
I'll do my best to keep it right, another 45 or so, and maybe we'll go a little over for a little Q&A if we have to. So.
Yeah, definitely. Right
Okay,
on.
cool, guys. So here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to take some notes. If you're writing with the old pen and paper, pencil and paper, I want you to jot this stuff down. If you're a typer like me, I do both. That gets really confusing. It's like some's there, right? But if you're typing, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, like scribing, old school.
Yeah.
If you're typing, then I want you to just start typing this in your notes, okay? But here's what I want you to put down right now. Number 1, I am not a commodity. Write this down. I am not a commodity, okay? Because if you write this down, you're going to go, wait, yeah, I'm not
James was reluctant, but I see he's doing it now. He wasn't gonna, but now he
knows
is.
I'm going to drive over. It might take me a few hours, but I'm going to get there, buddy. And I'm going to do it with you, for you, right? I am not a commodity, okay? I want you to write right below that. Problem solvers get paid, okay? I am not a commodity.
All caps. I'm putting paid in all caps.
Yeah, all caps, 17 exclamation points, and whatever emojis you like. If you're drawing it, extra points for drawing an emoji, right? Okay? Now, I told you this is a workshop. This isn't, oh, this dude's going to talk for an hour, blah, blah, blah. Let me just surf TikTok. No, I want to put money in your pocket. I want you to elevate your career. It's a big statement, big statement. By the time we're done with this 60-minute presentation, I want you to think differently by the time we're done with this session together. Okay. So I am not a commodity. Problem solvers get paid. Right now, I want you to also jot down a couple different columns. So let's see what we have. I think 5. I think we got 5. So I want you to draw. Okay, hold on. We're doing math here. We have 5 columns. How many lines do we need? 1 and then a
4.
line. Got that. See, that's why you run the show. Okay, so 4 lines, 5 columns. At the top of each column, here's what I want you to do. I want you to put top agents I know. Write that in there. So on the left-hand side, top agents I know. By the way, I've got some really cool, easy like spreadsheets I can give you guys. I got a lot of free, great, awesome stuff I can share with you. You might even see some of my Facebook ads out there right now with my seller playbook that's out there I'm selling. It's like $27. For you guys, I give it to you for free $99 just because you're here. Yeah, John.
So DM me, or if you're watching this after the fact, drop a comment. Like, we'll get you. Don't get lost in that right now. We'll get you those resources so you can get after. But for now, just try and stay engaged and do the work that we're going to walk through. But shoot me a DM, text me. I throw out my cell phone all the time. I'm easy to find, 717-571-0456, or comment below on wherever you're watching. We'll get you the resources.
Comment below, free stuff, resources, and we'll get it.
There you go.
But I got a couple of crazy mind maps that we normally charge for that walk you through how to think and look at these scenarios and go, wait a minute, you see nothing. I see lots of money, right? What do I do? What do I say? I got you, right? Or a spreadsheet of where to put this stuff. But yeah, good call. Stay focused on the homework right now. Okay, so you have top agents I know in your left-hand column. Got it? The column to the right, top loan officers I know. And if I don't really know any top ones, I just know loan officers, fine, whatever. Put the first like 3 to 5 people that come to your mind. The first 3 to 5 other agents that you know, maybe not in this room, okay? Maybe another brokerage. That's all good. Put them for the top agents that you know. Then I want you to put top loan officers that everyone knows, at least 3 if you don't you just got licensed yesterday and it's cool. I forgive you. Otherwise, you should know at least 3 to 5 other loan officers because they should.
Well, even if you just got licensed, if you scroll in your Facebook feed long enough, you'll find 3 to 5 for sure. For sure.
And they'll find you, vultures.
Yeah, 100%.
And I know because I was one for 15 years. All right. So then, cool. The next column you're going to put down buyers that can't buy. Those are the words. Buyers that can't buy. Because as we get into this, guys, you're going to start thinking of people. And as you start thinking of people, just like Josh was saying with the vehicle thing, you're like, shit, I see it everywhere now. It's everywhere. You're going to hear these words. And instead of just going over your head, you're going to go, wait a minute, ding. You don't want to say the word bankruptcy on an airplane with me because my ears are perking up. And I'm saying, wait a minute, what? And I'm like, I can get you a house and I see a payday, right? Okay. So buyers that can't buy. Then the next one to that, you're going to put down landlords/investors. Landlords/investors. Okay. So hold on. Make sure I got my math right. So we have the top agents we know. We got our lenders that we know. We got buyers that can't buy. We got investors. Yeah. Oh, and then the fifth one. You, me, my business. Big fat circle. Okay. Don't worry. You're like, why do I have a column? Don't worry. We'll get there. That's cool. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. She'll look just like that. She'll look just like that. See, Josh just takes action, pays attention, and just does. Just right. Now, I want you guys to see this. I blacked this out because I like to take a lot of stuff I get right and share with people. I want you to start getting messages like this. Let me hold it long enough. It comes in and you can see it, right?
Connecting you guys here. Jesse Mills, the owner of Unbankable, and can assist with the finance for the property. Jesse is looking to purchase a beautiful home, blah, blah, blah. Feel free to start a new thread or keep me on if needed. That is a group text intro.
Group text intro from a guy who wants to get a house, who's under contract, but he can't qualify. That's from another realtor who's going to get paid no money. Because guys, if you have a buyer that can't get financing and they don't have cash, I'm not crazy, right? Then you don't have a buyer. Then you don't have a buyer. So you don't have a deal. So here's coming from an agent who doesn't have a deal. By the way, this agent, how did this agent find me? This agent found me from a lender that knows me. So if you're looking at your top lenders that call them, maybe that guy or gal referred it to one of those agents that's in there who then texted me out of the blue, and here we go. Now, here's the cool thing. That text that I got, guys, I will tell you right now, this text did not go to 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 other people. It wasn't going to another licensed realtor or another licensed loan officer who can all do the same thing. And I'm not saying I'm super special. I'm just saying what I've created is pretty cool, right? And it's from 20 years of being in the mortgage business and in real estate and an investor and investing in a lot of self-education myself and learning from people who do things differently. Creative financing, my 2 favorite words. That's how I've built a multi-million dollar portfolio without the banks, which is fun that it worked for banks for 15 years. And yet I've got a big portfolio of real estate without the banks. We'll talk about that too. Also, that investor category, by the way, how many here are an investor right now? You are a landlord, you're a flipper. We'll throw that in there. You've done something, you've wholesaled. Anyone here who is an investor that I can see? Okay. Otherwise, if you can't put your camera on, throw it in the chat. Okay. If you're an investor, you're going to freaking love this. You're going to freaking love this because these are some of the best deals that I do and I've seen. And we're helping create deals for investors while saving the day with coming in on a white horse and a cape, saving the day like Superman for agents who are about to lose money or just never get paid in the first place. And you can be the deal creator. So if you want to learn, by the end of this, if you're like, and some of you might be like, dude, just when I get somebody who fits these boxes, I'm throwing it to Jesse, right? Throwing it to Josh, throwing it to James. And these guys know what's going on. We'll help you. We'll get it done. And that's it. That's all you got to do. Easy peasy, right? But you might say, this is fun. I like this. I'd rather dive deeper into this part of the business. And I want people sending me those texts all the time. And I want to make $28,000 on a deal that was a 0, whereas the other agent made $14,000. So anyway, the agent that was going to make no money ended up making 14 grand, which is a full commission. And I made 28,000 on a deal that should have never happened. How does that happen? So you may want to go a couple of different directions with this. Okay. Everyone got that down. We have our columns, got our categories. Okay. So I'll tell you my story super fast, just so you know why it's relevant, why you should listen to me at all, and why this kind of makes sense. Is that fair? So I got into the mortgage business in my 20s. I dropped out of college because that's what every successful person at a Wisconsin public college does is says, hey, you know what? Business is the world for me. I'm dropping out of school. I had a sunglass chain at a kiosk business. So I had 3 different kiosks selling the knockoff sunglasses. You know, the one for 12,
Let's
2 for
go.
20.
Folkleys? Did
Oh,
you
I
have
had the
the Folkleys?
Folkleys. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
all
It was
right.
called Shady's. It's called Shady Sunglasses. We all had Hawaiian shirts on. I bought a thatch roof from Mexico because I'm authentic with my brand. It was real thatch. And things were great. This was like around, what was it? What, 9/11? Like that kind of happened around then. And then all of a sudden, like everybody stopped shopping. I don't know if you guys remember that. Those of you that are my age or older. Like no one was shopping. No one was going on buying anything. I learned real quick business was amazing. And then all of a sudden it wasn't. And so a friend of mine who had also dropped out of college, this isn't an ad to not finish school, by the way, but he was doing mortgages. And I'm like, and he was doing really well, right? He was making like 60, 70 grand a year. This was 20 years ago. And I'm like, what do you do? He's, I just call people all day. I was getting better interest rates. I'm like, really? He's, I just blah, 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 pound the phones. And then I go golfing and go to happy hours, 22, 23, 24. So I got in the mortgage business. Things were great for a long time. I liked it. I enjoyed it. And they were fantastic until they weren't, until 2008. Who was here in 2008? Raise your hand. Raise your hurt, limping, hopefully it's recovered by now, painful hand, right? That wasn't fun. That things changed real quick, didn't it? And everyone's, I'm a rock star because it's easy peasy. And then all of a sudden it wasn't. And I'll be honest with you, I was not saving. I was not investing. I was just like, I wake up every day and hustle and life's good. And all of a sudden it's like, wow, I couldn't get any deals done that I had before. I still had people that wanted houses, but I couldn't fund them because nobody wanted to give funding anymore. All the rules changed and the guidelines changed. And business went from great to bad again, real fast, right? So you eventually start learning lessons. And I got out of the business for a few years. I'm like, I'm out of this. Mortgage is crazy. Real estate's crazy. I got a job working as like a manufacturer's rep, selling a bunch of outdoor products, business to business. But then after things chilled out for a couple of years, it started getting back to normal again, right? I'm like, okay, I want to get back into real estate and finance. This time I want to do it right. I want to not be a commodity. I don't want to be like kissing every realtor's butts for business. I want to be able to actually own real estate myself. Now I got this little problem called a bankruptcy and a short sale on my own house. So that's hurting me a little bit. And I want to just be able to help more people. And so I started diving into the worlds of James, the words, creative financing, baby. Creative financing, baby. Lease options, lease to own, contract for deed, land contract, sub 2 wasn't even a big thing. PACE wasn't really around back then, right? Who knows these words? Okay, now when you hear these words, just be honest with me. I'm going to be real. When you hear lease to own, rent to own, contract for deed, land contract, do you go, that sounds dirty? We don't do that, right? Or I know someone who did that and they got scammed. Or I don't know if that actually makes sense. Be honest with me. Who thinks that? Raise your hand or if you've had a bad connotation with it. No? No? All right.
Well, that's good. That's
Well,
encouraging.
Thomas a little bit. Tom, there we go. Thomas is being real. Like, yeah, it's 30. No, guys. So I spent 15 years in the lending world for big, huge global companies and small community banks and credit unions, the whole thing. They put you in boxes. Okay. But are there people out there, and you start taking some notes again, are there some people out there that you know who's been through maybe a brand new business? Write this down, new business. Write this under buyers that can't buy, by the way. Who knows someone who has a new business? Or us, hello, us here? Or who knows someone who maybe has a business? It might not be new. They've had it for 5, 6, 7 years. In fact, they might be crushing it. And they make, let's say $450,000 a year. They're killing it. But they write off $400,000. So the bank says, we only made 50 last year. And you want to go get a $600,000 house? Sorry, can't help you. You only made like $49,000 last year. Like, no, but I just write-offs. It's marketing. It's EXP. Come on. So there's new business owners. There's current business owners that can qualify. Does anyone know of anyone who's gone through a divorce? You don't have to point fingers right now. That's not the point in the call. We do this. Okay. But if you know someone who has, or maybe yourself, right? You've been through it. One of our new students who just came on board went through a divorce recently. She said, oh my God, had I known about Unbankable and what it can do when I was going through my divorce, I would have not gone through so much stress and pain and lost a bunch of money and some stupid rental for a few years. I would have been a homeowner still, but I didn't know about it. And so now for her, this is like hits home. I can go help other women who are in my spot, which is super cool, right? There's buyers that come into these situations. Does anyone know anyone who's just maybe missed one payment or 2 mortgage payments, missed a payment, right? Anyone on here that's a lender, by the way, as well?
I don't know if we have a
Any lenders?
dual.
Okay, who knows the rule? If you miss one mortgage payment, like 30 days, not like you're 10 days late, it hits a 30 in your credit. Can you still qualify right now, or do you have a little time you have to wait? Recovering LO. I love it. Same. Yeah, then you'll love this. Say 11 months. Yeah. Basically, like 12 months from the last late payment that it hit. Unless there's been any changes, I don't know, but pretty much 12 months. So you could get this, guys. You could still have a 705 credit score, which is just fine. You could still have a great DTI, right? But you could have a 30-day late and you are screwed. You're not getting a house for a year. Okay.
Yeah.
What if you could still get a house? What if you knew a way to still get a home and not have to wait? Okay. That's what Unbankable is all about. And with Unbankable, we can help your buyers that can't buy get a house right now. Now we can go to sellers, and I could do a whole day on sellers as well. And Josh and I will be jamming on some stuff soon, which is going to be
You know what? We should do that though in November or December for sure. We'll do a round two on sellers.
Yeah. Because same thing, guys, that same text message, by the way, I get those from agents as well about sellers that can't sell. So I like the buyers that can't buy and sellers can't sell. Needs too much work. They got to fix this. They don't want people walking through. They need a quick sale. Ooh, those are buzzwords. You say those words, my tail is wagging. And so I hear that and I go, ooh, I can help. I can come in. And they just got to know what to do. Because what I know is listing and staging and the checklist and the comps. And this is what I know because that's what I got taught. The same thing everyone's taught. So we can go there too. But right now we'll talk mainly on buyers first. Okay. So buyers that can't buy. So one of the things that I learned is started really diving in, guys, after I went through 2008, got my butt kicked and just got hammered, moved in with my new girlfriend after I had this nice new house. And then I short sold that sucker. She's awesome, right? Hey, I got a winner. Come on and move in with me. Now she's my wife. Love you, honey. And which is fantastic, right? So I'm like, all right, I got to get back on my feet. So I started listening to podcasts. I started, YouTube was just kind of getting bigger back then, getting books. And I bought a course. I bought a course from a guy that I saw online. I'm like, maybe I'm getting scammed out of $1,000, but this guy seems real and this seems legit. And I bought a course from a guy who now is a friend of mine, and we're in different masterminds together. But Joe McCall, I always give him props on wholesaling lease options. Yeah.
Go.
I love Joe. Joe is such a smart guy, man. He just always reinventing
and genuinely a good dude.
He is really a good dude. Yeah, he's super authentic and genuine, and just awesome guy. Great marketer. Remind me, by the way, to tell you about later his AI bot. It's crazy. You think you're talking to Joe. It's not. So I said, okay, how can we help people that can't get financing? Because as a loan officer, if I can't approve you, I don't get paid. Right? So you walk out of my office, you're pissed off. I don't get paid. That's no fun. And then nobody wins. So what if I could still get you the house, even though I can't get you the mortgage? Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, in just the columns you have on your sheet right now, and just the people who are self-employed, who are business owners, who are new business owners, who write off too much, who have gone through a divorce recently or going through a divorce, maybe medical, right? We didn't write that down, medical, right? Nobody wakes up and says, I sure hope I'm sick and not working for a month and I can't pay my bills. Nobody says that. Okay. But it happens, right? And then they're in this black hole for a while, or you missed 1 or 2 mortgage payments. Just everything else can be great, but you missed a couple payments. These are all the people that come to me on a monthly, if not weekly basis. And what I do is I go in and say, pick out whatever home you want off the MLS. It's not how I started, because when I learned the business, I would find sellers that couldn't sell, match them up with buyers that couldn't buy. And we can talk about that too. It's fun. It's great business, actually. But then I say, hey, go look at my website, right? And I say, hey, Thomas, look at my website, buddy. I got 7 houses on there. Which one do you want? And Thomas is like, I don't really love any of them. I don't want to rent. And renting is kind of dumb. And I want to own. So I'll pick this one. Okay. And that works. It's great. Great business model. But then I flipped it after a few years of doing a lot of deals. I was doing this on the side, by the way. So I was doing real estate on the side, not licensed as an investor and a creative deal maker. And I started making more money than I was in my mortgage business. I'm like, oh, this is fun. And over the mortgage business, that's all kind of a commodity. Hey, Jesse, what's your rate? What's your fees? Okay, cool. I'll go talk to 5 more people, right? Oh, my cousin, she just got licensed. I'm going to use her, even though she doesn't know jack about jack, but she's my cousin, right? We've all heard that. But when someone's, oh, I can't qualify and I can't buy, they weren't getting referred to 4 or 5 other people. There was no one else. There's no one else. And so I'm like, ooh, this is fun. I get to help more people. My value goes up. I get to command what I make on the deals as long as it's fair to make sense. And so that became more on my side business than my full-time lending business. And I stopped lending in 2018, 2019. That's it. I'm doing this full-time. And then I started I got on a few podcasts and people reaching out like, hey, how do I learn more about this? And started teaching people around the country how to do this. And I love, love, love to just teach and show people, right, how to do things differently and not have a ceiling, right? And create the life you really want, because no one really got licensed to work 80 hours a week and have to go from check to check, right? And compete for the same leads with the same people. Nobody did that. So this is a way to get around that. Okay. This is a way to be different. So with Unbankable, you have an option. So number one, if you just want to go find those people, they're in your database, they're in your phone. Okay. You'll be maybe talking to them in a few weeks, having stuffing and mashed potatoes and gravy. It's holidays, it's family time, right?
Or maybe out trick-or-treating in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely. Yep. 100%, right? It's just talking to people. Here's the beauty of this. I'm not saying, guys, you got to go sign up for this $1,000 a month thing for leads. And then, you're one of 10 people getting these leads. This is just thinking differently. Thinking differently. This is talking to people, TTP, right? This is being aware of when you hear those situations. But how many of you, if I put a gun to your head and said, hey, you have 1 hour and you need to call as many people as you can that are realtors, just like us, and loan officers that have these leads. And I said, you got to come up with 2 names of people that want a home and can't get a home. Remember, gun to your head, right? An hour. What could you do? A lot, right? You could get in front of a team leader. You could get in front of a branch. These people are out there. You can help them. You don't have to spend any money to do it. You just need to know who they are. So here's what we're looking for. We're looking for people that just can't qualify. That's it. That's a simple litmus test. We don't have a minimum credit score. Okay. We do need to see some money down. So that's one of the qualifiers. This isn't, okay, I got $3,000 in the bank and I want a $500,000 house. Let's roll. We want to see 10% down or more. So this isn't everybody. That's okay. We want to see 10% down or more. Now, can that come from a gift? Sure. Can that come from family? Sure. Can that come from selling their house that they're in right now? Sure. Remember, our box is really wonky and weird and it shifts, and our box is whatever the heck we make our box, because we're the creative deal maker, right? We're the creative person putting this together. And so that's okay.
Literally, as Jesse was doing this scenario, I thought of someone that I had not thought of, even with my columns, even though I've watched Jesse's content, etc. Honestly, I'm totally transparently here. It's a motivated seller. And the reason they haven't sold is because they can't qualify to buy. And they're waiting. They're like, well, we can't get enough to sell to buy something cash, so we can't do anything. I now have, if nothing else, I have another reason to go back to them and say, hey, what if we did this? And like, it just hadn't occurred to me.
I love that you said that, Josh, because exactly, even if nothing comes from it, you have a reason to call them versus just, hey, following up. You have a reason
hey,
to
anything
call
changed?
them.
Yeah, you ready to go? Anything different than a month ago?
This is exactly what I would
deal.
say. I'd say, hey, Nancy, John, whatever the names are, I just thought of something and I don't know if this is going to work. This might not work, but what if we could do this? And then you paint the picture. Would you guys be open-minded to something like that? Because nobody wants to be closed-minded. Would you be open-minded? Would this maybe be something you would think about?
Here's another way to say it. Would you be totally would you be totally opposed to exploring something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, I wouldn't be totally opposed.
Pretty opposed, but not totally.
Not
okay, so maybe, right? Hear me out. There you go. Bam. Jammed your foot in the door. Now we're starting to slowly open the door. And then they're saying, okay, tell me more. Come on and sit down on the couch. Let's go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, yes, sellers that are stuck, guys. So here's the other thing. I can think of 3 people immediately. Says just, yeah, that's right. Start jotting these people down.
Also, Shay said, this is a great share. I don't mean to interrupt, but he said, great for truck drivers where the comp structure shifts and they have money stashed. And then James said, funny you say that. I get a lot of truck driver leads. In fact, our property first rent to own home buyer here in Denver is a truck driver.
Yeah, absolutely. And so this is what we're looking for. And I do not want you guys to get hung up on this. Okay. I want your ears to burn when you hear, right, self-employed, business owner, divorce, medical, the bad things. It sounds bad, but I want your ears to burn because you're going, wait a minute, I think I maybe can solve this problem. I might have a solution. If anything, let's just take a crack at it and see if we can help. Okay. But a lot of our folks are not renters that are becoming owners for the first time. I've been doing this for so long. It's almost like the new stuff just goes over my head because I've been doing it for so long. But I forget a lot of people that haven't heard of this world. They think, oh, these are all, am I just chasing people in apartments to put them in houses? And you totally can, by the way. Yeah, duh. But really, most of our clients, James, you've done a lot of deals and been doing this for a while. And it's people who are already an owner and then something happened. It's a hurdle. It's a life hurdle, right? It's that divorce. It's that new job. It's the commission change. It's the variable income. It's the, I missed a payment because I missed a bonus. I helped a guy get his beautiful 4,000 square foot house in one of the top suburbs of the Twin Cities for 700 grand. The guy makes 30,000 a month. I won't tell you more than that. Not like you know him, but he missed 2 payments. Just stupid. Oh crap. I didn't think my Best Buy was on auto pay. Sorry. And then I had to tell his wife, by the way, and we're not buying the house. Oh boy. But guess what? We got to get him the house still. Now, do you pay a little bit more for it? Yeah, you do. And I'll go into that. Okay. There's a little bit of difference, but you still get what you want. Okay. So we just want to see 10% down or more. We are looking for a good story. And again, this doesn't have to be your job. This is our job. But we're looking for a good story. For example, someone who's, I hate to turn people down because again, I want to help and I want to get paid. But I had one woman tell me one time, like, oh, screw this guy and I'm not paying him and he can do a bankruptcy. And then I've got this claim at work. And I'm like, you're not telling me anything good to help you at all.
But there's nothing here that's in your favor.
But you want me to go buy you a house. Even though, yeah, I'm like,
you're next. You're the next one.
Yeah. Now for you, sir, I'll pay you one time every month. Nah, we're good. You know, a lot of it is the field test, right? Does it make sense? Can we go from a no to a yes in the next 2-3 years? We don't have a maximum time frame, I should say. Most people can qualify 2 to 3. Okay, so 2 to 3 years. And most people want to qualify 2 to 3 years, right? They don't want to do a rent on for 5 or 10 years, and they don't need to. If they do the things they need to do, they should qualify. We'll go up to 5 years. Is the price of the house higher? Yes, it is. So what I like to say is, I say, hey, you know what? We're buying the house for you today, Aaron, at today's price, but you're buying it tomorrow at tomorrow's price. That makes sense because you're not really buying it right now. You're getting it right now, which is great, but you're not really buying it right now. You're buying it from us and our investors in 3 years. Aaron, for example, I know you want this place. I know it's not working out right now because your jerk loan officer said he can't pre-approve you, but we can still get you this house. But let's just say you went and rented some other house for the next 3 years. And magically, at the end of that 3-year lease, this house was on the market again. Holy cow, what is the timing? Do you think that house would be the same price it is today? Probably not, right? Do you think it'd be less? Probably not. It could be, right? No guarantees. But it's probably going to be more money because real estate typically goes up. So we're just saying, here's tomorrow's price, and that's your price that we agree on. And here's our price that we're buying it at right now. We're going to buy it at the best price we can. But it's super transparent. So I'd say, Aaron, you want this $400,000 house. Your price in the future, based on your situation that we've already gone through and looked at, is going to be $440,000. Makes sense? Is that fair? It's only a few percentage points per year, really, when you look at it. And you say, yeah, I'm good with that. And we talk about your budget. And you're like, yeah, I'm good with this payment. And then we go buy the house. Okay? And that's it. And you're in the house. And you put down your 10, 12, 15, 18, 20% down upfront, non-refundable payment. But it 100% gets credited to the purchase price. Okay? So this isn't like a kick the tires kind of thing. I'm not going to go buy you a house for you to go, oh, no, thanks, I don't want it. We're going to buy you the house that you want that you can't get. But we can get it for you. And so we get to the house, and then as quick as you can go get financing, by the way, can you use that original lender? Completely. So think, guys, if you have loan officers who have denials, are they getting paid on those denials? No. What if those denials had to come back to them in a year or two and say, I need you to get me a loan real quick because I got to pay off Josh. And my deadline's coming up end of October. I need a loan. You think they're going to come back to that loan officer? Yes, they are. Because they need to. They need to get the loan. So I have lenders, guys, who have 5 or 6 deals in their pipeline right now that are coming to them in the next year or the next 18 months that they almost forgot about. Oh yeah, I said no to that couple way back then. I couldn't do it. That's right. They're coming back. So we help loan officers do income and treat your future income in your future pipeline. Now, can you pay a loan officer right now? That's a RESPA thing. There's ways to do it with splitting leads, and there's some creative ways to do it. But typically a lender is going to say, what do I get out of it right now? Number one, don't be a jerk, because if you can't help your buyer get a house, They don't get the house and you don't get a loan. If you send them to us, and again, to you guys, we're just behind the scenes, right? We're the behind the scenes heroes. You're the one they love, right? They're going to James and saying, oh my God, James has still got an option for us, right? Richard's still got an option for me. And we can still get him that house. Okay. Everybody following so far? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I want to hear from those of you that said, I'm an investor. Anyone who nodded or put their hands up or I'm an investor, I'm a landlord. Any landlords here? James?
Yes.
Okay. James, typically when you normally buy a rental property, how do you have to buy a rental property?
How do you have to?
Yeah. If I just wanted to go buy a property off Zillow and get a mortgage on it because I don't have cash to buy a whole property, how much money do I have to put down?
20% minimum.
20% minimum. Okay. And then usually, do I inherit the house with a tenant in it that might be good or bad? Or do I get an empty house and have to go find a tenant?
Could be both, but
one of the two, right?
Yeah.
I get a house that's either got someone in it and I might roll the dice and win, or I might roll the dice and lose. And I've done it, right? Or you have an empty house and you go, oh, okay, this looks like a good deal. I think it could make $400 a month cash flow because my rent estimate says that, and my mortgage is this, and there's some cash flow. Now I got to go find a tenant, don't I? So I find a tenant. And when a tenant comes in, what does a tenant typically put down for security deposit?
first month's rent.
$1,000, $2,000, $4,000, okay? As a security deposit, right? And then they're a tenant. And then when anything breaks, when anything happens, who are they calling?
Me.
Okay. Welcome to being an investor, right? Welcome to being a landlord. Now, I'm not against that because I think investing is incredibly smart. I think every single real estate agent should be investing, right? We should be doing what we teach and preach. And that stops us from being on the commission hamster wheel, right? If we can have cash flow and we can start building assets that are getting paid down by other people, right? Every single week, my Airbnbs are paying off millions of dollars of debt for me. Thank you very much. While people are on vacation, they're going up in value, right? And I got tax deductions. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. So it's a good thing. But if I said, James, okay, you can keep buying real estate that way, but I don't know how many houses you can buy per year when you have to put down 20% down every single time. Oh, and by the way, you have to go get a house that you have to find a tenant and hopefully you get a good one, or you inherit one and we hope it's good. And then you get 1 month's security deposit and we hope that does what it needs to do. And then you're a tenant or you're a landlord dealing with tenants. That's option A. Let me paint a picture for you what option B looks like, right? Because in option B, I've got Isabel here, and Isabel right now just went through this little situation right now. And she just needs about a year to qualify for financing. But here's the thing. She wants this house. It's a $400,000 house. She's going to put down $50,000 up front, non-refundable. That's how serious she is right now in this house. And she needs about a year or so to qualify. And how do I know that? A, I did this for 20 years, but B, we have a lending team. So we screen everybody through our lending team. Okay. And we might even be working with Isabel's loan officer too, that sent Isabel to us. Okay. And so Isabel really wants this house. And so here's the cool thing. Isabel can actually put down $50,000 down on this property. But what's even more fun about it is because it's a lease to own, she's actually going to be responsible for most of the maintenance and the repairs on the property. She's going to do the snow removal, so you don't have to worry about that. She's going to do the lawn care, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. And if anything breaks, she's going to fix it, at least the little stuff. If it's a big ticket item like furnace or roof, you're the landlord, you still have to deal with that. But all the little annoying stuff that we deal with as landlords, she's going to take care of that because it's going to be her house. And by the way, if she doesn't buy it in 2 years, she loses her $50,000. So she's very serious about doing this and taking care of the property and paying you on time, right? And we've really vetted the heck out of her up front. Oh, but by the way, I don't know if you're okay with this, but I've got Isabel cool with buying the house at a $50,000 higher price in 2 years. So you get a flip, right? So it's like a fix and flip, except for you don't have to do any work on the house. You don't have to go in and swing a hammer. You don't have to repair anything. It's on paper. You're going to get a $50,000 profit because you're going to buy it for $400. She's going to buy it for $450 in 2 years. And then she's going to put $50,000 down, non-refundable. Now in a $400,000 house, how much money do you need down for the down payment? I know it's early, but this is not too complicated math. What's 10% down to 400 grand? 40. So what's 20%? 80. What is Isabel putting down? 50. So you come in and put down your 80 and you get back 50,000 the same day, minus what I get, by the way, because I found Isabel and I screened her and I vetted her and I sold her and I'm going to be working with her for the next 2-3 years, right? So I'm going to take a piece. but you get most of it. Would that be better for you? And you know exactly what your cash flow is day one. By the way, you're also going to get like a flip-like profit without having to do any work on the house, actually fixing it. And you're helping someone who wants home ownership that can't get home ownership right now. And she's going to take care of the property and do all the utilities. Or you can just keep buying houses 20% down and finding tenants. I'll take option B all day long, all freaking day long. And so if you're an investor, you should be saying, how do I get those? And this is a thing. We create the ecosystem. And I'm telling you more than I tell a lot of people, because I know you guys are a smart group. And I know Josh has talked you guys up about who's doing what and your experience. And I want just everyone to win from what we've created with our system. So just so you know, if you have any investors, any landlords, anyone that wants to get into investing, or anyone that currently isn't investing, that wants more properties, okay, we call this hybrid investing. That's what we call it. We have a great webinar. It's free. They watch it and they go, oh, this is pretty dope. Okay. We can pay you because we need more hybrid investors all the time. And we'll pay you for simply going, hey, do you want to go buy rentals this way? Because that works, but boy, it takes a long time. It's a pain in the butt. Or do you want to go get properties this way? You can scale way faster, way less stress and headache, and get these big chunks of cash. Okay. So we can help those people. You might say, can I be that person? Heck yeah, you can. You could be that person. So you could be the hybrid investor yourself for your own deals or for our deals. Okay. We just got to plug you into the community, into the ecosystem, and we get you there. So what do you need to be a hybrid investor? We got to be able to get a mortgage, which is the opposite of an unbankable. So you have to be bankable. You have to be able to go get an investment property loan. So have 20% to put down. And by the way, we get really creative with some like community banks and stuff like that. I bought houses. I didn't have the full 20 down, and I was able to do that still with the banks, with the relationship. So we teach you that kind of.
Oh, I just literally, it's funny that you say that. I literally talked to a local bank Monday or Tuesday because I'm negotiating with a motivated seller on a property that I might want to buy myself. And the seller is open to holding some money. And I just said flat out, what's the minimum out of pocket you require investor? And she said, oh, as long as you have 10% in the deal, we're good.
Awesome.
10%.
Awesome.
And rate under 7. Rate is 6.75. 10% in the deal, 6.75 rate.
That's sick. Here, you go find someone who's got the 10. There you go. There's your pie, right? You got the whole thing. And it's reverse engineered. Guys, what I love about this, it's reverse engineered. So we have this little thing called our magic spreadsheet. We put the numbers in our magic spreadsheet. By the way, that screenshot I showed you, I think I got that yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah, see, is that included when they comment free stuff, or they DM me free stuff, or they text me free stuff?
For the magic spreadsheet?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Okay. All right.
Talk about that. That's a special thing, but
Okay. All right.
potentially.
I put you on the spot.
No, but here's the thing. I want you guys to, as right now, if your mind's being blown a little bit, anyone's mind being blown a little bit, by the way, I do more business than most agents in my area, not necessarily all under me, because I have a lot of partnerships and collaborations and referral fees and stuff like that. But than most do in just regular business, doing it this way, right? And we make more typically per deal. And then they come to us instead of us going to them. So if you want to like make this a part of your business and go, oh my Lord, this sounds awesome, make more money, help more people, and I get to be different than other agents, I can show you how to make this a part of your business and how you could be the kind of go-to person in your market, right? With us doing this. If you're like, no, thanks, I want to keep doing what I'm doing, all good. But you find these people, right? These leads are around you. They're everywhere. And you can either be not as proactive and just when it comes to you, hot potato and get it to us and we get it and we solve the problem and get you paid and get everybody what they want. Or you can be a little bit more proactive and say, okay, what if I were to talk with a few more people about this? What if I were to call some agents, other agents, call some lenders? What if I were to make more social media posts? What if I were to steal some of Jesse's stuff, which you totally can, right? They come to you, right? They come to you and then you're getting these deals. And so again, I can teach you how to do the whole thing, or we can just do it and get you paid. Okay. But if you want to be an investor, that's another way. So I want you thinking like, where do I want to go with this? But I'm telling you, you have tens of thousands of dollars right now in your fingertips. If you just carved out an hour today and you started calling a handful of loan officers and saying, hey, do you have any turndowns in the last 6 months? Will you do a quick check? Call some other agents. Do you have any people that couldn't qualify? By the way, we have a couple students in Mississippi that are just crushing it. They do a lot of stuff for free on Facebook Marketplace. and they're getting hundreds and hundreds of leads. Now, that's a little different thing. I like talking to leads.
Just to connect the dots there, that you're saying they're using Facebook Marketplace to bring them lots of inbound buyer leads that they then look to as they see who qualifies as a tenant buyer to then go find the house and so forth. But that's where I just wanted to connect the dots.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we have a whole kind of thing, and we advertise a program. And so it's specific verbiage, and we advertise the program and then the steps, and we have automation, and it's all tied in with our GHL system, and it's pretty dope. And then we screen them and we vet them. But sometimes they come in and they're like, hey, I think my credit sucks. Yeah, I got a 695. Like, you're great. Let's go. We can get you a mortgage. And then it's a traditional sale. It's a regular deal. So we get regular buyers out of it. We get buyers that can't buy, which are unbankable buyers out of it. We get listings out of it because what you said, Josh, I'm not selling because I can't go to the next place. I'm stuck.
Yeah. I have equity, but I had a life event that has made me currently unbankable. I need a bigger house, or I'd like to downsize, but I can't buy. So I'm stuck here. No, you're not. Let's look at this option.
Exactly. One thing I will say too, as I was wrapping up here. So if you are an investor yourself, or you want to get into investing and you're like, I don't really know what to do next. I don't either have the money I think I need, which you don't need a lot, by the way. And I can show you some stuff that I've bought with literally no money down whatsoever, or OPM, other people's money, or seller financing, no bank. I hate banks. And again, I did that for 15 years. But if you're interested in that, we've got a couple of things I could send you for free to show you that stuff. Where do you get hot, motivated leads? I think, Josh, we looked at our software before, but we should probably run through that one time.
Yeah.
With where we can go in and see every single thing about a property and all the liens and when they bought, and skip trace them and direct mail them.
We have a lot of excitement. We have a lot of people that are interested. I'm going to push on something that you said just a minute or two ago. What I would encourage you all to do is decide, am I just going to be the I don't know, like the catalyst type person, or I don't know what the right term is, but am I just going to be aware that these people are there, and when they come into my purview that I connect them? Giselle, perfect. Am I going to be the connector or the conduit? I love that. Thank you.
Nice.
So is that just what I want to do? This is cool. And I love the fact that it may create opportunities for me where they didn't exist for these people, but I just want to do that. I just want to be able to, I want to hand them off. And if I get a nice little referral fee, for lack of a better term, great. Awesome. That's bucket one. Bucket two is, I love this idea, and I want to be the
go-to in your market.
Yeah. I want to be the rainmaker, right? I'm going to find these folks, whether it's from my own business, from agent relationships, from LO relationships, et cetera. I'm going to vet them. I'm going to then partner them up. I'm going to do the whole shebang, right? Or I want to be an investor, right? Don't try to be all three.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually, but pick one from what Jesse shared and say, for now, I'm just going to be the connector. Or this is exactly what I've been looking for my entire real estate career. I'm going to go all in on this, right? And that's fine too. But I'm saying, like, it's not the same. Everyone shouldn't be the same answer. It's figuring out what the right answer is for you in your business. Maybe you're crushing it traditional real estate wise, and you just need a better place to put your extra cash. And so being an investor on these kind of deals might make sense for you, or maybe not. Maybe you haven't been crushing it and you have all these people in your database and you complain that these buyers stink. And the reality is there's a bunch of them in there that have 10, 15, 20% down if you just ask the right questions, but just
they do. They're
currently bankable. They're not currently bankable, but they have assets. They have whatever. They're good people in rough spots, and you could help them, right? So figure out for you what of those makes sense. And even if you're just the connector and you do one of these deals a quarter, like, if nothing else, it's some pizza money, some sushi money, whatever, like it's a little extra. Maybe you put it back in your marketing fund to kick back some more opportunities for you.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. 100%. So Josh, what I'll do is I'll let you handle anyone who wants to learn more or who wants some of the free assets I can give you to help you find these leads and deals, to give you some tools, just
Yeah.
put down free stuff. And Josh, you have everyone's info, right?
Yes, absolutely.
We're
So
nothing we're selling. We
on
just want to
here, you
help you
should
guys.
know how to
Obviously,
get in touch
we have
with
not
me.
like a thing to go to.
If you're on here, you should know how to get in touch with me. DM me, text me. I will go, like all of you that are commenting, those are housed in Zoom, so I can go back and see who commented there. And I'm pretty sure Jesse and I are going to be starting a new live stream show where we like do these deals, right? Where we go, and maybe we might even start with the one that came to me today. So literally right before this call, I got an email from someone. We tried to qualify late spring or early summer, and she just wasn't quite ready. And I wasn't thinking along these lines back then, even though I've known Jesse forever and I know what he does. I just forget.
I get that a lot, man. I get that a lot. People have heard me
Yeah.
like 10 times, like, cool. And then they just, because you just, sometimes the timing thing, sometimes it's thinking differently. Sometimes you just say something.
She emailed me at 10:07. Good morning. Do you participate in rent to own programs? I like this house, but I need to know if that's possible. Basically, what she's telling me is, do you have somebody that can buy this house for me so I can rent to own it back?
And is there someone on the team right now whose desire is to get their first investment property in 2025 or their next investment property in 2025 before the year is over?
I might buy this one for it. It's literally, the house she wants is like 5 minutes from my house, maybe 10 at most. I might buy it for her. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Better disclose all the necessary disclosure stuff in that scenario, but it's possible, especially if I can use the local lender that requires only 10% of my own money.
And that's the beauty, Josh. That's so the beauty of this, especially again, if you either want to be an investor or you want to be the deal creator, right? That's another program we have is our Deal Creator Academy, which goes into a whole bunch of awesome stuff. But if you want to be the deal creator, you can say, okay, this is Josh talking to himself. Do I want to mix and match these two puzzle pieces and get paid a really nice fee for just mixing and matching two puzzle pieces? Or do I want to be the investor and get awesome cash flow, awesome cash on cash, help these people and then grow my portfolio? It's up to you. You get the choice. And we have some people who are like, yeah, I want to just grow. They've got a dozen properties with us in the last year because of our program. We have other people like, no, man, I'm just stacking cash. I'm making more, adding to my business. And they just connect the puzzle pieces. And we help you find the puzzle pieces and put them together.
This clearly resonated, Jesse, because I have people texting me, DMing me, and the comments, the chat is blown up. And I would say another reason why now is the time is we're in like a slow-ish market. Like transaction count is still pretty low. And, in those instances, let's face it, in 2020 and 2021, you could pretty much be an order taker.
Right.
Yeah, that's the reality. Like, oh, you're good to go. Let's roll. Now, competitive offers and so forth. But if you were listing, you were just printing money, right? That's not the market most of us are in right now. I realize there are exceptions and so forth, but now as much as any time in the last few years, the problem solvers get paid. That's reality. That's reality. And whether it's this strategy or you find some other way that you're being the creative, proactive problem solver so that you can get paid, one way or the other, you got to figure that out because the order taking, the commoditized version of this business, you will not survive. That's you. It just,
So, and like you said, Josh, if anything, guys, just know that these are options and think about them when they come to you. And at least if anything, just get them to us to help them and pay you and move on and monetize a lead that you have, right? Worst case, best case, you could go, what do I want to do here? Yeah, I pride myself on all the weird stuff. So I don't do really any normal real estate. My only listings are my flips, my vacation properties, my other investment properties, or if it falls in my lap from like family and friends. If it's buyers, I don't do that. I say, nope, you go work with my team. They'll do everything. I'll do all the tacky parts in Zoom and happy hour and copy. They do the rest, right? I don't want to do that. I want to jump in and roll up my sleeves and problem solve and help and take this Rubik's Cube and go, no one else really sees how to put this together, but I do, and it's not that hard. And then we get to help everybody. And again, you can make more money doing this. So as an agent referring these, by the way, again, you get paid 100% commission of the money you would have made if they could have qualified, but they don't. So right now you're going to make zero. We're going to pay you 100%. As a deal creator, doing the Unbankable system, if you want to, only if you want to, you could get paid sometimes double, sometimes triple, right? And it's crazy. And we have investors like lining up saying, yeah, just send me these deals. They're awesome. And usually when we have an investor that works with us on the hybrid investing side, right? Josh, say you take this one right here, right? And we help you get it done. And I know you don't probably need a lot of help from us because you're so experienced anyways, but you get it done, right? 3-4 months later, you're like, they're not calling me to bother me with stuff. They're not asking for a bunch of stuff. They're paying on time. Do you have any more people like that? And an investor could do 2 or 3 of these in a year instead of just 1, or 3 or 4 or 5 instead of just 1 or 2. And so you could have a whole business just that way. And again, you could be that investor, or you can go find those investors. I did give you the link.
This is great. This is good. Roger said, because I'm late, is Jesse Mills a lender? And James said, used to be in his old life. And Roger said, LOL, he looks too young to have an old life. I said that at the beginning. He's got the baby face, but
Love you, Roger. Love you,
but
Roger.
regardless of that, he's got a lot of experience in real estate, both mortgage, investment, and traditional real estate. Some housekeeping items as we come in for a landing. The replay of this will be available immediately after in our Facebook group. It will be, I will edit it, clean it up, etc., and publish it, if not tonight, first thing in the morning on the Josh Shanley Coaching YouTube channel. I will be live tomorrow morning. I've been going live virtually every morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. And Jesse and I will be live tomorrow afternoon at 1 with just creating deals. And here's the idea behind this.
Yeah.
If you have a scenario and you want to hop on with us, we'll run through the scenario and figure out a way to make that happen. And let's face it, sometimes it's not going to work. It's not a deal, no matter what you do. But the next time you'll be able to identify, be able to problem solve it yourself a little bit better, and also be more proactively finding the ones that will make sense and that will work. For example, the email that I shared, I don't know that she's going to have 10% down. I think we took an app. I don't know if she has 10% down, but I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't been thinking this way, right? I would have just been like, sorry, let us know when you get to this score or when you ever, whatever. I can't remember why we couldn't qualify her that back then, but I can figure that out as well. So that's the idea behind the show. You bring us your dead deals, your dead leads, whatever. And
sellers, buyers.
Totally. And if we don't have any of that, we're going to go on the MLS and try and find deals that we might be able to piece together things for and find more creative solutions for. And problem solvers get paid, baby. Problem solvers get paid. If you want the free stuff Jesse mentioned, please comment below free stuff or DM me, or you can text me at 717-571-0456. Jesse, thanks so much for sharing and for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Our dead deal, I don't know dead deal cafe, dead deal. What did we come up with there? I don't know.
Would you guys be willing to, if we gave you a few names, would you vote?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be helpful.
We need your votes.
Yeah. Yeah. We need a good name for it. That's for sure. But
Lead luncheon.
What's that?
Dead lead luncheon?
Dead lead lunch.
Oh,
Something like that.
dead lead luncheon. Sounds very
lunch.
Octoberish too, doesn't it?
Lunch and dead leads and lunch.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll figure it out. And hope to see you all tomorrow on the live. Next week, we've got Jay Kinder coming for the mastermind. So stay tuned for that. And I've got some really cool guests lined up for the rest of the year as well. I don't have the calendar completely filled, but I have some cool and different people lined up to share some great stuff that should help you round out your year and really get clarity about what you want your business to look like in 2026 and beyond. Jesse, thanks. James as well. I'm excited to hop on with you and Tom here. I'm going to grab a quick lunch and then we'll hop on and do some game planning as well.
Awesome.
Take care all and hopefully talk real soon.
Thank you guys. Great to see everybody. Have an awesome day. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, buddy.
Right.